been a long journey, but we're here and everything is fine.
Yeah, and I feel like it's kind of hard, like starting life, you know? Like,
Yo,
man.
it's hard.
So guys, I can explain. I know I've been missing, and I'm telling you guys, there's a very, very good explanation as to what's been going on. I don't want you guys to feel like I just, woke up one day and decided not to film like I normally do. Like, genuinely. Guys, this past couple weeks, 3 weeks or so, have been very, 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 very chaotic. And also, I wanted to say thank you because even though I've not been filming the past 3 weeks, the number of people actually subscribed to the channel and actually engaging in the content, like liking, commenting, subscribing, has actually increased. So I want to thank you guys for supporting me through it, and every single person who's texted me and said that, oh, we're missing you, where's the content and stuff. I really do appreciate it. And guys, I actually went out, and someone who subscribed to my channel, she's actually an older lady, she has a kid who's going to study in Russia, and she said that she found me on YouTube and my content was actually like something that she looked towards to see what basically her child is going to experience. And to that lady, I would like to say that I'm sorry, because because guys, if you're gonna hear my experience and take that into consideration when you're going to Russia, you'll never go, Shem. You'll never go. But the thing is, guys, everyone has a different experience, and as much as they were bad things, I say this all the time, there were many, many good things about the country that I do talk about. And I feel like my experience is personalized towards me, like being a girl and all that kind of stuff. Guys have a way different experience, and I'm not saying it's easier for guys, because just being black in general, it doesn't matter your gender, but he's not gonna have the same experience as me. But I do appreciate her like coming to me and like telling me, hi, I recognize you and I watch your content. Because I don't know, it's just a reassuring feeling, because when you have 900 subscribers, it doesn't feel like that many people. But then when I go outside and then people are like, I know you from YouTube, because it's happened before. Like, it's just a nice feeling to understand that people are actually being touched by your content and actually recognize what you're doing. You know what I mean? And I feel like that never happens off of Instagram. Nobody's gonna say I know you off of Instagram. But then again, we don't really look like our pictures. So I'm sure even if someone saw me on Instagram and then saw me like in real life, that person would probably be like, I don't know this person, I don't recognize this person. And I'm okay with that, because Instagram is like, we're all unleashing our potential on Instagram. We're not really, being ourselves. And by that, I mean Photoshop. But anyways, guys, I missed you guys so much, and I'm so sorry for just abandoning the channel without saying anything for this long. I really didn't think it was something that would happen, but it has happened, and here's why. So if you're interested in this video, please like it and subscribe, guys. We are 20 something subscribers or less from 1,000, guys, and that has been the goal since the beginning of this channel. I appreciate every single person who's subscribed, and if you are subscribed but you still want to help with the subscriber account, you could still put this on your WhatsApp status, because guys, most people who are subscribed to my channel come from WhatsApp. Maybe it's my WhatsApp, I don't know, because I send my videos to everybody, but they do come from WhatsApp, and Facebook, like sharing my videos on Facebook. It really helps so much with the algorithm. So if you could do that, I would appreciate it. And let's get into the video. Oh, and guys, the makeup. Y'all know me. Y'all know this channel. Y'all know we don't take ourselves too seriously, especially in the makeup department. So now, life updates. We are back in Botswana, and when I say we, I mean me and Aziz. Like, we fully moved, or back in Botswana, and I don't know why I'm saying back, because this is Aziz's first time in Botswana. We arrived here on was it the 11th or the 12th of October, somewhere after the first week of October, the second week of October. And basically, it's just been chaos. Like, genuinely, it's just been chaos, guys. When I filmed the last video, we were still getting ready to leave Nigeria. We were still sorting out the tickets and stuff and all that kind of stuff. And guys, I just want to say, like, that week or those 2 weeks, maybe that's why I was able to be so emotional in my last video. If you guys remember, it's the one where I was talking about my Russian experience. But guys, financially, we were in the gutter, because we had to pay for travel expenses. We had to change the date of my ticket, because obviously I had a return ticket that we had to change the date of, like, because y'all know what I'm saying. We had my return ticket and we had to change the date so that me and Aziz can travel on the same date, and changing the date of the ticket cost $100, and also buying his ticket was a couple $100. Sorting out certain things we're gonna need when leaving was just so super expensive. So guys, that last week in Lagos, like that first week of October, we were literally hanging on by a thread, because all our money was just being drained by everything. Because I feel like for the most part, even though Nigeria was hard, we were financially stable to a certain point, but that last week, it was very, very difficult. So finally, it came to the day when we were supposed to leave Nigeria, right? And we arrive at the airport. It's me and Aziz were arriving at the airport, and we want to go check our luggage in. So while we're in the line to like check in our luggage, there's this guy walking around like, then he asks us, do we have yellow fever card vaccination? And then Aziz is like, no, we don't have that. And oh my God, like it started becoming like a whole mess. Like these people were saying like, you're not going to be able to travel. You're not going to be able to do this. It was honestly like a whole mess. But lucky for us, there was like this system where they could check if you've been vaccinated before. But y'all just know, like Nigerians will always do these things for money. They're not helping you out for free. So they checked the system, and luckily Aziz had been vaccinated like a while back. He just didn't have the card. So since there was a doctor there, he was able to like make him a physical vaccination card, like rewriting everything that was written in the card because he had lost the previous card, right? And then they asked us to pay like 20,000 rubles. I mean, 20,000 naira. And keep in mind, guys, we were so down bad. Like, we genuinely didn't have any money. Then they said, if you don't pay this money, you're literally not going to be able to travel. And guys, we were down. Like, so while they're panicking, I'm having this like panic attack because I'm feeling like, oh, is he not going to be able to travel? This is that and the third. And then he like makes some calls, calls some family, and they send us the money and we're able to pay. So yeah, we keep going in the airport. And guys, Murad Mutale International Airport, Lagos, is the most corrupt place I've ever been to in my life. It's a horrible experience for anyone going there. Like going there with no money, guys. Thing is, I really enjoy Nigeria, but the corruption, like it's too much. So as we keep going, the little Tag Angola airline employees are telling us we need to bribe them. For what? So we tell them we don't have any money, guys. We're literally just telling them like, yo, we are so down bad. You guys, there's nothing you can take from me except my kidneys. So yeah, they just let us go, and they were hissing and making all these kinds of sounds because we didn't have money. Because the thing is, we're entitled to get those tickets, but they were acting like we owe them something. I just hate that kind of a thing, guys. I feel like I've had it up to here with the corruption in Nigeria. I feel like I talk about this all the time and how pissed off it makes me. So I was just happy to leave the country, honestly. So then we go to like the side where we have to check in through immigration. Basically, we were taking a flight through Tag Angola Airlines because it doesn't fly straight to Botswana. We're flying to South Africa and then we're going to connect with Air Botswana, right? Which is perfectly legal, perfectly normal. But they're saying, no, you need to take Tag Angola Airlines all the way through Botswana. And then we're literally saying that Tag Angola doesn't go to Botswana. Like, what do you expect us to do? Like, Ethiopian Airlines is like overpriced. You know what I mean? And it's the only airline that I know goes from Nigeria to Botswana straight. Basically, it was difficult, but after a lot of like begging and all that kind of stuff, because like we were telling them we literally don't have any money, like there's nothing we can do. They let us leave and we passed through the boarding gates, we passed through immigration, even though they were trying to scam us as well. Immigration is so corrupt in Nigeria, yo. And then we literally passed through the boarding gates and yeah, we waited for our flight. So we were on the flight together, and guys, we had been talking that whole week like, oh, finally when we get on the flight, we're gonna drink wine, we're gonna chill, we're gonna do all this. And then we're just chilling, guys. That flight had no wine. That flight had nothing. And the flight, like, they put us in the aeroplane on time, but the flight left like 2 hours late. And keep in mind, they didn't have the AC on. The engine was off, so it was burning hot in that flight. Nobody cared. Nobody cared. They were just offering them and you know, like they had that Angolan accent, so they're like juice, like offering juice and like, and you know, those air hostesses. They're not like the Emirates ones. If you've been on an Emirates flight, y'all know those air hostesses, you have to look a certain way before Emirates or Qatar hires you to be an air hostess. Those women are like 10-10, like models, you know. But hey, Angolan Airlines, look at these freaking airlines. So the lady is walking around, she's like, juice, anyone? Juice? And then I'm telling Aziz, I'm like, Aziz, do you want some juice? And Aziz was like, bro, can you see how much spit she's probably putting? Because the cups were open and she kept talking and talking and talking. And obviously, as human beings, when you talk, you spit. So he's like, nah, I'm not having any of that juice. So that was funny. But yeah, we eventually left. No wine, no nothing. Then we arrived in Angola. We had like a 5-hour layover in Angola. So I was sleeping on Aziz's lap and he couldn't sleep because he had to watch the stuff. We were not taking shifts. No. I was sleeping. He was like, simple as that, you know. We eventually got on our next flight. Same thing, no wine, no nothing. We arrived in South Africa. Hey, South Africa woke up and said xenophobia. They woke up and they said They don't want Nigerians. So we got off the Angola airline flight, and keep in mind, guys, there were about maybe 20 people or 30, maybe even 40 people on that flight who were Nigerians. So as soon as we got off the plane, before you even get to like immigration where you check in your passport, anything, nothing. As soon as we got off the plane, there were these immigration officials just standing there like this. They were asking to check people's passport. And if by any chance your passport was slightly green with a hint of Nigeria in it, they would ask you to stand on the side, like stand on the side, everybody stand on the side. So obviously, unfortunately, my man is not Ghanaian or Ugandan or something. He just woke up and chose to be Nigerian. So because of that, they took him with the people whose passports were being kept on the side. Like he was also asked to stand on the side. And keep in mind, like they were literally only stopping Nigerians, not other countries that required a visa, literally only Nigerians. So obviously I can't leave because he's there and they're keeping him, so I have to stay. But they let me go, but I had to stay with him, right? I don't even know that they realized I was a Motswana at that point because I wasn't saying anything. I was just quiet. I wasn't talking, you know. They take us all into this back room. This guy is asking us to follow him. While we're moving, he's like, hey, you Nigerians, you come here, you steal our wives, you're marrying our daughters, you're doing this, you're doing that, you people are bringing drugs into this country. Like he was basically saying every single stereotype in general about Nigerians, but to their faces, you know what I mean? And then they were defending themselves. Some of them are like, nah, like we have the proper documents, we have everything, like why are we being held here and all that kind of stuff. And the thing with us is we were just transiting. We were not even trying to stay in South Africa. We were literally just passing through, but just being Nigerian is enough. And keep in mind, guys, it was around 4 p.m. and at 7 p.m. was when our Air Botswana flight was leaving, right? So they took us into this back room and then they take all our passports and they take them to the other room allegedly for confirming something. I don't even know. And keep in mind, guys, I stood up and I went to like look in the other room. Those people were not confirming nothing. They were just chilling. Maybe they like sent pictures of the passports to someone in another room and that person was the one confirming. But them, they were not doing anything. So we sit there, 5 p.m. comes, still nothing. And people are saying we have places to be. Our family is waiting for us. Like, what can we do? Like, what's going on? And then they're like, just wait, don't worry, just wait. So then, like, I asked to go to the bathroom. I'm like, yo, guys, go to the toilet. They're like, yeah, you just go tend there, ma'am, do this, do that. When I'm going to the bathroom, they ask me who I'm with. And then I'm like, oh, I'm with my husband. His name is Aziz. Then they're like, oh, okay. And then I go. And then I come back to the room. And keep in mind, guys, it was like 5:30 p.m. and we had a 7 p.m. flight to check in. Because since it wasn't the same airline, I had to physically go check in the baggage by myself because Aziz was not able to pass through the area where you collect luggage. He had to go straight through transit because to pass through that area, you need to be a visa exempt country or have like a transit visa in South Africa. You understand? We were still there and there were so many things we needed to do. And guys, OR Tambo is a huge airport, you know. Like it's not something you can say, I have an hour, I'll make it. No, you need time in that airport, especially when you're checking in luggage, you know, because another thing, OR Tambo, have you guys seen the signs? I don't know if you guys have been there, but if you have, like, it'll tell you your boarding gate is like a 15-minute walk. 15 minutes! Like, and keep in mind, guys, I'm like this small. So if it's a 15-minute walk for normal people, it's like it's like a 20-25-minute walk for me. And especially holding luggage. If I'm holding luggage, it's gonna be like a 40-minute walk. So eventually, I could hear that those people in the other room, like those immigration officers, were like Tswana. I could hear they were speaking to Tswana, so I was understanding what they were saying. So I stood up and then I went to the room and I'm like, Bathong, nage go pa tsama. Like, na bathong ra Botswana, la mpona la re ke Motswana, ke tla be ke mitisetsa mo South Africa, re sa hete. And then they asked if he has a transit visa, and we're like, no, he doesn't have a transit visa. We read online that only Bangladesh and Iraq and all those, you know, Middle Eastern countries are the ones that need a transit visa, not Nigeria necessarily. And then he eventually looked for Aziz's passport. And keep in mind, there was a stack of passports, like I said, he was looking. And Aziz's passport was the very last passport. I showed them his visa to Botswana and everything, and I showed them our connecting flight. And then they gave me his passport, and then we left. And keep in mind, guys, all those other Nigerians were still there because there was a long line to go to through immigration. I could still see them because they were standing somewhere near there. And guys, an hour later, they were still there. they were still there. So I found out that I had to take Aziz to like the transiting window, like the one where you can't collect your baggage, which was upstairs. We went there, he transited, and then I went to like pick up all our baggage and I was going to check it in. I got our suitcases and then I went to Air Botswana, and guys, it was a long walk. A super long walk, but we got there in the end of the day. Keep in mind, guys, I had 2 big suitcases and 1 carry-on. We each had that because obviously we understood that that's what allowed on airlines, right? But apparently Air Botswana changed their policies, because apparently now you're only allowed 1 big suitcase and a carry-on. And now they're telling me to pay for luggage. And keep in mind, guys, I don't have money. The only money I had was 300 pula in my FNB, which I was specifically keeping for transport home. Like when we arrive in Botswana, it was specifically for transport to get home. Also, I did not have my FNB card. It was with my mom because she's been the one like using it to help me deposit in Botswana and stuff. So she was the one who had it. And she was at the airport in Botswana, guys. Yo, it was just a mess, and they were asking me to pay like 200 and something pula. So I go to the ATM. I'm trying to send myself an e-wallet or something because I have the app on my phone, and then the ATM is like, it only accepts South African numbers. You can't use a Botswana number to e-wallet. And guys, keep in mind the time was like 6:20 and check-in for the gate closes at 6:30. So like I'm scrambling. So I go back to the airport ladies. I'm telling them, can I like pay in Botswana? They're like, no, you need to pay now. They're like, go to the Air Botswana office and ask this. I go to the Air Botswana office and I'm explaining the situation to the guy. I'm like, I don't have the card, but I have the money on my card. What can I do? Like, who can I send it to? Who can use that card to pay or something? And then the guy is like, do I feel comfortable like keying in my card information onto like the FNB, like that machine? You can put in your card details and then it automatically deducts the money from there. He was asking if I feel comfortable with that. Then I was like, at that point, what can I do? Even if I'm not comfortable, what choice do I have? So obviously I do it, and then the money is deducted and they let me go through the boarding gates. Guys, I ran. And keep in mind, guys, I was holding so much hand luggage, but I ran. Because I was holding my hand luggage and Aziz's hand luggage on my back like this, but I ran through those gates. I ran. And I was only lucky to make it on time because Air Botswana's flight was delayed. The flight was delayed by an hour or so. So if not for that, I definitely wouldn't have made it, because when I arrived by the gate, it was like 7:02 or something. Like, I definitely would not have made it because the flight was supposed to take off at 7. So finally, we made it out of Johannesburg, guys. And then we went to Botswana. And Botswana immigration was so kind, so gentle. They didn't even give us this stress. They saw his visa, they checked it on the system, they found it, stamped his visa on his thing, and then we left. It was so simple, no stress, no nothing. But then Air Botswana somehow had lost our luggage. Guys, everything just kept going wrong and it was stressing me out. Air Botswana had lost our luggage. They lost our suitcase that had all our clothes. We only had 1 suitcase with us, and that suitcase had like lotions, shoes, all these like little items, but clothing, nada. Guys, it was so stressful. But we crossed through with that 1 bag, and Air Botswana said we should fill out a form and they'll bring our luggage later, yada yada yada. Y'all know what they do. So we left with no clothes, nothing, and we went out. We saw my mom. My mom was so happy to meet Aziz, and yeah, they found our luggage like 4 or 5 days later. There was this guy called William who worked at Air Botswana. He like messaged me and he asked me to send him like a picture of the actual luggage because he said they couldn't find it. So I sent him a picture of the luggage, and yeah, they found it shortly after I sent the picture. So yeah, we got it. And yeah, for those first few days before we got our luggage, we were both I was wearing my cousin's clothes because we're about the same size. Aziz was wearing my mom's clothes because obviously he's a tall guy. My mom was at the time, I'm saying at the time because now I know what's happening in politics, but at the time my mom was a full BDP member. Like, her whole wardrobe was just Aishak. So that's what Aziz was wearing. And like, sometimes when he'd be walking on the road, the cars would be like, Aishak. And then he was there like, what? Because obviously it's his first time in this country. He doesn't know what's going on. He's literally just wearing the t-shirt. And like, it was so funny because it's like day 1 and he's already 100% domkra. It was just so funny. And obviously, he obviously didn't know what he was wearing. He just knew he was wearing a t-shirt. So that was so funny to me. But yeah, so we arrived. And when we first got here, we didn't have a place to stay. So we went to stay with my mom. And that's basically why I could not film, because my mom's house is like a circus. Like, there's always someone going in, someone going out, up, down, left, right, and the house is hot because there's no roof, so it's very, very hot. So that just obviously demotivated me. Like I didn't wake up in the morning and feel any motivation. So I told myself like, okay, let's move, let's settle into our own house, and once we do that, I'll be able to like film. So obviously we're only planning to move end of October. Actually, guys, that's a lie, because I actually kept lying to myself. I'll be like, no, I'll film tomorrow. And then tomorrow, like, there's noise in the house and I don't film. And then I'll be like, no, but I'll film tomorrow. And then there's noise in the house and I don't film. One thing about me, when I'm filming, I find it very awkward to film when someone is like watching me or listening to me. It's like, I know you guys are watching, but I feel like I can be more open and honest when I feel like I am by myself, you know? Like, I feel like that's when I can truly, truly talk about every single thing I'm thinking about. And I kind of felt like, obviously, the walls were thin. Everyone could hear me talking, like if I was to film at my mom's place. And I don't know, it was just such an awkward feeling for me. So I just chose not to, just because I want my content to be as open as possible. I don't want to feel like I have to limit what I'm saying because I feel like people are listening and, you know, judging me or like all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? But yeah, we moved into our own house on the 1st of November. And it's a very like nice and cozy space. The only problem now is we don't have any furniture, and I know like Rome wasn't built in a day. Like, I know we're gonna get there. So basically Aziz had to bring the bed in the living room. Well, it's not really a bed, it's more like a mattress because we don't have a bed. So we don't have couches, we don't have a bed, but we have a fridge, so that's nice. That's a start. So we're just planning like every month, like to buy like little by little by little, or like lay by or like something, just not credit, because you know how credit, like they'll tell you to pay 300 puda for 24 months, and then when you calculate, it's like twice the price of what you would have paid. So we're not taking credit, so we're just trying to find lay by with no interest. And yeah, if we have the cash, buy cash. In terms of that, I feel like I put a lot of pressure on myself before, to feel like, because I moved, I need to like have everything figured out. Like, we need to have furniture, we need to have like a full house, we need to have everything. But then it's like, it's now at the point where I realize that like there's no need for me to put pressure on myself. Like, there's really no expectations off of me. And I feel like I'm doing great for my age. I feel like I'm not living with my mom. I have my own roof over my head that I'm able to pay rent for every month. And it's a very nice house, actually, guys. It's a super nice house. I'll insert some pictures so you guys can see, but it's super, super nice. So I'm happy we got like such a nice place. It's actually like a 2-bedroom house. And also, guys, I started my own business and it's doing very, very well. I don't even want to say what it is. I don't want to like jinx it or anything, but it's doing very, very well. We've been able to make like a lot of money from it. And yeah, I'm just working on reinvesting and making sure that it is as accessible to people as it can possibly be. So yeah, that's what I've been doing, and I've been able to like double my investment so far throughout the year. So I'm just super, super pleased. And I know that if I keep focusing on my business and focusing on making it grow, I know that I'm going to get to the point where I'm just able to afford my own house and my own car and everything. And because I realize, guys, I'm not one girl to work like a 9 to 5. That's not really my passion. Like, I want to like work for myself. I like being the boss. I like being the accountant. I like counting like how much profit we're making and calculating all that kind of stuff, making a budget, figuring out what we're gonna buy. I love it so, so, so much. And yeah, it's going super, super, super well for me. And yeah, I'm just hoping to grow that business, and hopefully with that business grow our house, and hopefully one day grow a family too, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I wanted to just basically do like a 5-minute interview with Aziz and, you know, just ask him how he's feeling about Botswana and stuff. So yeah, one moment. So guys, for the first time ever in a sit down video, this is my friend that we are interviewing today. So yeah, I just wanted you guys to like, because I keep promising I'll do a video with him, but then again, I don't want to do a video with him because I'm like, you know, this is my thing, not his. But I'm gonna give you guys a bit of a tease. So Aziz, just say hi to everyone.
Hi everyone.
How have you been enjoying Botswana so far?
It's a nice country. It's peaceful, it's calm, less people.
Less people than Nigeria, right?
Than Nigeria and even than Russia.
Yeah.
So it's like in Botswana, you go somewhere you are like meant to find a lot of people, and then you just find fewer people there. So it's something I like. So yeah, I've been enjoying it so far. And the fact that there is no traffic, oh my God.
Well, there is traffic. I consider that traffic.
That's not traffic. When you're like in the car going somewhere, okay, you stop for like 2-3 minutes. That's not traffic.
That's traffic.
No.
Okay.
Compared
to be fair,
like
Nigeria.
or even Russia.
Russia's better. Russia has a lot of big roads.
Russia is better, yeah. Because
Nigeria
they have
traffic
like
is
metro
crazy.
and all those stuff. But imagine being in traffic for like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and then you're telling me 5 minutes is traffic. Come on.
That's true. Yeah, I'm happy you like the country, honestly.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, me and Aziz are basically here. We are here to stay. So how do you feel?
I'm fine. I'm okay. I feel good. You know, it's been a long journey, but we're here and everything is fine.
Yeah, and I feel like it's kind of hard, like starting life, you know? Like, man,
it's hard.
Man, it's very, very difficult. Like, it's such a financial burden to like, guys, these things are not built overnight, you know, but obviously like listening to both our sisters, they're telling us, yo, we started in a one-roomed house that just had a mattress on the floor. So, you know, you got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so it's one step at a time, but we'll get there in the end, won't we?
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah, together. Tomorrow is actually our 1-year anniversary because, yeah, we've been together for like a year.
Allegedly.
He says we've been together for over a year because we were together since like September, but we only officially were boyfriend and girlfriend on November 4th. So for me, November 4th is our anniversary. So say happy anniversary to us in the comments, please. Yeah, we're just super happy because obviously like Aziz is like my best friend. Like, you know, I feel like you guys don't get to see him or like eyes compatibility, like the way we communicate and just live around each other. It's like we're so codependent, you know, like we are always together. You know, I'm just more of the extrovert and he's just more of the introvert. But yeah, I love you, basically.
I love you too.
Yeah, so that is it from me. I will see you guys next week. Aziz, I'm filming a video next week, right?
Yes,
yes, I am.
I'll make sure you do.
You'll make sure, right?
Yes.
If you don't, you'll have like 900 to almost 1,000 people angry at you. So
I'll make sure.
So yeah, this is it from us. I love you guys and I will see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
You know me. Bye.